What's up, Vinyl community? Just chilling, having some coffee, listening to my Hiromasa Suzuki album. High flying right now. I got a white winged dove and a cardinal chilling together. Pretty cool. Alright. Man, this album is so good. It's called High Flying. Hiromasa Suzuki. Guitar player's killing it. I mean, I'm not trying to match this guy, but it's fun to jam along with. That just ends up happening because you can't stop. It's such a good song, you can't stop jamming to it. I'm sorry, I went way over. If you're still hanging out with me for that way too long of a jam sesh for my vinyl channel, thank you. And then for the ones that had to ditch out, I apologize if you're not a guitar fan. It's like when you just want to dance, you just gotta play. Alright, we're gonna turn it down. That intro was way too long, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So, I already had a copy of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. It's an old pressing. I don't know if this was the first batch. It's Warner Brothers from back in the day, really good condition. fucking sounds killer. But I've been kind of going through, and Mike from I don't know his name's Mike, Noble Records. Dylan from Noble Records. He was talking about how he made a good point. He on one of his episodes the other day about how as your system gets a little better, you start going through, pull out an album you haven't heard on your new system, listen to it, and you're like, wow, this album isn't the best shape as I thought it was when I played it on my old stereo. So you kind of look for a better version of that same album, cleaner copy, so to speak. And so yeah, and I can relate to that. You know what I mean? I've been buying doubles. You find an album you really love and it's for cheap and mint condition, you're just gonna swoop it up, just have a backup anyways. So they came out with the reissue of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath a while back. I went to go swoop it up, it was gone. So they finally got another batch in my local spot. It was a good deal. It's a gatefold. It's at 180 gram vinyl. My other one is not a gatefold. Comes in this pretty cool sleeve that shows like a bunch of Black Sabbath singles, like whatever the promotional poster looked like, or the 45s. And cool picture of Sabbath with has the lyrics, which is cool. Always love when they got the lyrics, even though you can Google them now. But for you younger kids, you couldn't just Google the lyrics. If they weren't on the if they didn't come with the album, you're trying to figure some of the stuff out. And it's funny when you would finally get the lyrics if you didn't have them, you kind of had figured them out on your, figured them out yourself, or thought you figured them out, and you got the lyrics. You're like, wow, a lot of that was way off. Like I always thought the song "Running with the Devil," which I hope is right, by Van Halen, I thought it was "Burning with the Devil." Maybe it is. I always thought he was saying "burning with," like it just made the devil, fire, burning. And then someone's like, dude, it's not burning with the devil, it's running with the devil, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we're both wrong. Help me out here. Yeah, when you would transcribe, sorry, I couldn't even think of the word earlier. Transcribe, whatever, figure out the lyrics. Now, you can Google them, but back in the day, if you didn't get them, you were fucked. And some people I know are like, Ty, do you have to go on for 5 sentences or like a minute rant just to tell us that? Because most of us already know that. But yeah, I had to. But I listened to this one and compared to the old one, and as usual, the old one's better. It's a really clean copy. But again, if you can't get the original, killer to get the reissue. The reissue sounds really good. I want to say that it's always the vocals you notice right off the bat. Seems like there's a little more. The vocals sound warmer, a little more reverb on them. I don't know if I don't know. I'm not saying they sound better because there's more reverb, but it seems like you can hear whatever is going on as far as in the mixing board on the vocals. It just it shines through really good. And then the guitar on the original one, it's more. You can hear him. It seems weird, but for distortion, for me, it's like almost to visualize distortion. It's like a comb laid out, and the grittier, like the fuzzier, there's more things in the comb, and then the more less fuzzier, it's like the comb is spread out. So if you were to visualize the sound like that for the guitar, you can see like in between the big chunks of the overdrive, you can hear some of the little ones in between, where the newer reissue, you just hear the big one. You just visualizing the big ones with your ears, so to speak. You can't really hear in between them like you can on the older mix. Now I know you're like, maybe that doesn't make any sense, but maybe just give you an idea to where the guitar, it's a little more grainier. You can hear a little more detail in the overdrive. But the good thing about the original one, you're just like, gosh damn. A lot of these old guitar players, their tone was so different. Yeah, I mean, maybe similar to some people, but like when I hear Black Sabbath's overdrive tone or guitar tone, it sounds nothing like Led Zeppelin in my opinion. And it was neat how back in the day each band, there wasn't you would think with all the different pedals and stuff, everyone should sound a lot different, which they do, their tone, but sometimes your friend ends up getting a tube screamer, you get a tube screamer, you know, you go down the rabbit hole together, kind of similar stuff to your tone. Even though most of your tone comes from your hands, you know, a little bit that comes from your pedals, so it's just neat how the old cats, their tone was, they didn't have so many options on pedals, but their tone still was way different than each other. And that's just my opinion. If you think they sound similar, you know, that's everyone. Sound's a preference. That's the cool thing about sound. It's fun to always debate, debate, because in my opinion, no one's right or wrong. Yeah, I mean, because everyone interprets stuff differently with your ear and visually. So, anyways, super. Yeah, you know, said I was gonna keep this episode short. We'll keep it under 15 minutes. So those are, you know, stuck on that one. I went way overboard on that one. Any Pat Travers fans in the vinyl community? If you made it this far with me, fucking dude's amazing right here. And I had bought a lot of his records a long time ago because my cousin was heavily into him. And my cousin's not here anymore. He passed away. He actually got killed. But he was an amazing guitar player, and his ear was way ahead of mine. He was my older cousin, so his ear was just, he could hear Pat Travers back, which I'm finally hearing now. You know what I mean? Because he was that, you know, he's a beast of a musician, amazing human being. But when you see this dude grab a guitar, the fucking necks were breaking from turning so fast because he was so good. So we were going record shopping back in the day, and he was in so heavily into Pat Travers, like, oh, there's some Pat Travers here, I'm gonna swoop him up, you know what I mean? You were like, yeah, I mean, and I had put him on back in the day. This is like, it's hard to believe this. For some of you older cats, you're like, it's not that long ago, but this was like 16 years ago. So anyways, 16, 17 years ago. And listened to him when I got him, and I like, we're good, you know what I mean? Me and him were all drinking beers, listening to him, like, fuck, shit's badass, you know what I mean? But I just haven't listened to him in so long. Finally listened to some of them, and they're all so good still, but this one right here is what I'm really into right now, Making Magic. Killer album. You can still find this for, dude, there's like 3 or 4 copies right now at my local spot. I should go get a couple more. I am going to go get a couple more, actually, now that I said that, because I always was just talking about that. But it's a killer album. I feel like this is not digitally recorded. This is still analog. If you like just some good old fucking rock and roll blues, or just some good rock and roll, some killer vocals and killer guitar, just all around killer musicians, fucking album's fire. And it's Pat Travers, Making Magic. Making Magic. Yeah. Kind of, you know what I mean? I love the old album covers because some of them just look kind of out there, a little hokey, a little cheesy, but that's what it's all about. That part of Spinal Tap, like, I got the album cover finished, but I don't have the music. So I've been, I listened to these black labels I got. These are these reissues, the double gatefold. They're out of Canada. Shit, they sound great. The Mafia ones on red vinyl I talked about already, but I got to listen to them really good. Fuck, the pressings sound great. I highly recommend getting these if you don't have any black label in your collection yet. They have the box set that came out. The box set was a little bit out of my budget, and I felt like it was priced so high that you weren't even getting a deal. Like, most of the time you get a box set, you get a little bit of deal because you're buying all the albums at once. So it's like, oh shit, I'm actually getting one of the albums technically like free. That was not the case for the black label. They were all still like, in my opinion. And so anyways, huge black label fan. Don't listen to them so much now like I used to when I was younger, but again, my cousin and I, we would go to the black label concerts together all the time. Our crew, take our girlfriends at the time. It was just like black label society all the way. One time we went to the show in Fillmore in San Francisco. Our whole crew of friends, we got hotels right down the street, walked to the Fillmore West, I guess you would call it. And we were up on the balcony, so it's like a stage. They don't have a backstage, they have side stage. And so they have to get to the side stage. You have a curtain right here you can go through. That's where the bands that play kick it. Well, I was able to get backstage, and the singer from Damage Plan was there for some reason, even though his Damage Plan didn't play on the bill. And really good show. Zakk Wylde finally came out. Black Label started doing their thing. I'm back on the balcony watching Black Label, and Zakk Wylde throws up. Fucking Thorn all over stage. Super gross. Fucking finish, does not even stop though. Keeps playing. They fucking stagehand people hit the stage faster than you can believe with towels. Cleaned it all up really quick. Most of the crowd didn't notice because the way he did it, he was like, we were on the balcony on the side, so we could see, from his right. And what he did is, with his longest hair, he basically just head banged, hung his hair over, and just let it all go. Super nasty. I'm probably don't want to hear this, but whatever. It's kind of funny. Kept going. Finishes the song. The first thing he says is like, "Never gonna eat Chinese food before a show again." It was fucking hysterical. So, so yeah, it was kind of funny to see. But true performer, did not stop. Which really weird. That stage must have something with it. I've seen Steve Vai there. He's doing his fucking dance move across stage, ripping, and tripped on his pedal board, tripped on some pedals, fell into the PA speakers, yanked the cord. It was out of his whammy bar pedal, the red one, the Digitech whammy bar pedal. Fuck, I could just see the cord. I was so close to the stage. 2 guitar techs rushed the stage because he still tried to, and he just stopped the band because he knew they were going to figure it out in time. So he just kind of leans over and was like, "That's what I get for showing off." Fucking looks back at the band, 2, 3, 4, and they came back in right where they had left off from. So, the cool thing is, a good performer like that, they don't even really trip out. They keep going. So anyways. So, Black Label, the shit. You heard some stories now. And then so for my last album to show, and you know how it is, we get so much albums trying to keep up on doing episodes with what you're getting, and sometimes I'm just trying to figure, I know there's a couple albums I haven't shown or whatever, but anyways, trying to stay on top of it. You guys know how it goes. I think I might have already talked about how I got this reissue. It's the new Kevin Gray classic series. The other one, the Alan Yoshida version under Blue Note, supposedly didn't sound good. Well, I did a shootout. Here, let me go flip this damn album over so you can hear music, not just my rambling. So, I did a shootout with these, and I have 3 copies. I have a classic series from like the 90s on 200 gram vinyl. So I listened to all 3. Which one sounds better? Well, the Alan Yoshida one, it's crazy because that's the only one you have. That's a good version to have because it's better than nothing. But people were really talking down on that one, and the most noticeable thing on that album is the bass. The bass has I don't want to say no tone. It's like you're hearing the strings of the bass more than you're hearing the strings come through the body of the bass guitar, the upright bass. So if you go from the Alan Yoshida version, the bass is there. But like I can't do it with my mouth. Sorry for the representation, but if you were to have some colors, it's just a lot more a color you could stare at for longer. It's a lot more deeper. A few different variations on the color to it. But it's just, what's crazy is Kevin Gray he was already really good at doing this, but I feel like he's doing so much, you have to be getting better. Which, you know what I mean, just he knows what needs to be done on mixing these. And gosh damn, if you don't have this album, get this copy immediately because I put on the 200 gram. There were certain parts of that one that sounded better than this one, in my opinion, a little bit better. I feel like the guitar tone was a little cleaner, nothing too crazy. But this one, it's available now. Fucking sounds killer. I mean, even like I wish these were a little bit thicker cardboard like the old ones. But Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax. Yeah, he's killing it on this. The congas sound killer. The sax sounds just more on this album. In my opinion, this is the best one to have. Now, I don't have the 45 RPM one, the double LP I think it is. JC, the Flipside Community, go follow his channel. He has a copy, I'm pretty sure. And I'm curious, I'll have to message him on Instagram, ask him if he's done a shootout with this and that one, because damn, this one sounds good. So, probably won't wait too long on the ramblings, but that's just how I roll. Thank you for hanging in there. This is supposed to be a short episode, and this is never going to happen now. Basically, I'm just going to finish up this coffee with you guys. This Hiromasa Suzuki album is really great. I heard it. I gotta give props. I hate to say it, but I gotta give props to YouTube's algorithm as far as recommending music. It's really weird because one of my other friends that I play, a bass player in another band, his algorithm doesn't throw him that much new stuff. Kind of just circling a lot of the same stuff. So I was wondering, is my algorithm better? I was wondering because it's on my phone. Is your algorithm more unique on your phone than your computer or your laptop? Who knows? Just a question. But then I started thinking about it. Maybe just because I've been getting heavily into Japanese jazz and just a lot of these Japanese artists from the 70s. Have I not heard of that many of them? So it's just like a lot of them are just so new to me that maybe it seems like it's recommending so much new stuff because it is new stuff, or maybe not so much so when you're listening to a lot of the genres you normally listen to. I have no idea. This is what goes on in my brain. These weird, the questions of the universe. So I'll tell you the hectic day I had with a vinyl that I had ordered came on the porch. I didn't sign for it. Apparently, I didn't hear a knock on the door. I'm like, what the hell? Luckily, I was able to track down the mailman truck and be like, what the hell? Super cool about it. Hooked me up with my record. I get home to play it, and my tuner, I had it over here. It's my Yamaha tuner. It's like a vintage looking one, silver style that I got on Marketplace that the guy had refurbished or whatever fixed. And it just started making funny sounds. And even if you turn the volume down, it would still like a gnarly radio station, even though you weren't on like an AM FM station, that channel. And so you could switch to like channels, speakers B, and it would stop because that's what the cables aren't tuned. Only way to stop sound. So luckily I have backup, so I had to swap this damn tuner out and go to my other stereo, which is this, mainly for cassette tapes I have hooked up, but it's like a big old school looking. I have it all straight 80s, 90s style, big old 15 Sorn Vegas and the glass cabinet in the center of them. Anyways, it was a mission to get this shit all set up just to play. Well, not I shouldn't just to play, but I didn't care if I had to move mountains to hear this freaking music. But still was frustrating. But nonetheless, still super thankful. You can't freak out over a little shit in life, even though I think I was freaking out a little bit. Just oh God, I was like, oh gosh. And I was like, oh, the shit's stacked, so the tuner was on the bottom of all the other stuff. Realistically, that's my life worries right now. I'm fucking doing great. But it was like this. The record I didn't sign for, I had to track it down. I come to play, I had to track down the tuner, the amplifiers, one thing after another. And that's how usually how it is when it rains and pours. Okay, so chug this now. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna do another episode where props I can finally reach 300 subscribers. For me, that's a really big deal. Thank you for all those people who have subscribed, commented on my videos, all that stuff. So I'm gonna do a whole video that's dedicated to that. Super stoked. Really, I had like 3 subscribers for a really long time, and I think I know for a fact one was my bass player, one was my other page because I didn't know I could have just changed my page. That's how horrible I am with technology. So that's why sometimes if you comment, you'll see my name in the other low budget because I didn't have no fucking idea. So one was literally just a subscriber for myself. So for a long time I just had actually technically 2 subscribers. So the fact that it's gotten to 300 with the help of you all the vinyl community. It's super awesome. I love watching everyone's videos and hearing their input on records I haven't listened to and records I have listened to. And you guys are super awesome. I had no idea this even existed, so super awesome. I think eventually they should do a vinyl. Like, I've seen some people have met up and that's super cool. But I feel like annual vinyl community fucking ball needs to happen. And then like everyone, you know what I mean, they host it wherever. And everyone it's optional. You show up if you want. You know what I mean, if you're part of the vinyl community. Who knows? I'm sure that people, you know what I mean, have already done little meetups like that, which is super awesome. So keep meet up, all that good stuff, share info. Well, they do like an annual vinyl community convention. Well, I guess every convention could be like a vinyl community convention, but they need to promote it like, which is exploit this and commercialize it. Vinyl Community Day. We have shirts. We fucking put out vinyl community albums. Fuck it, I'm gonna copyright this shit tonight. And then we would, you know, I mean, whatever albums that have, you know, we do mix albums of the best songs that people are talking about. All right, stay positive. Play lots of vinyl. See you guys next time. Bye.